I'm now going to introduce Professor Melissa Westwood, who is a professor of endocrinology, and she's also Associate Vice President for Research. Melissa is a member of the University of Manchester Research Institute, otherwise known as UMRI, that was created to take forward the Manchester Strategic Vision for 2020. And the goal of that vision is to establish the University of Manchester as a major centre for interdisciplinary research. The funding from the UMRI was critical in the realisation of the Lydia Becker Institute, and it's a fantastic endorsement for the importance of immunology and inflammation going forward. So welcome, Melissa.
So good morning, everybody. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to say a few words about the Lydia Becker Institute of Immunology, Inflammation Across the Life Course, and its importance to the University of Manchester. So, as Tracy has just said, the University of Manchester Research Institute, or UMRI, was created, so I understand, in response to an idea of Nancy's while she was Vice President for Research. And the idea is to take forward the strategic goal of establishing the university as a major centre for interdisciplinary research by combining disciplines and capabilities to find solutions to the major scientific challenges, whilst also meeting the external demands of government, of business and of society. And UMRI enables us to achieve this by ensuring that the necessary structures, the resources, including funding, the incentives and the governance frameworks are all in place. And it nurtures the emergence of cross-cutting themes and networks. Currently, UMRI has 21 research institutes that range from the National Graphene Institute through to the Humanitarian and Conflict Response Institute through to the Sustainable Consumption Institute. And the new addition to the UMRI FODE was awarded institute status because it really epitomises UMRI principles by providing a platform for cross-faculty research initiatives that will unite Manchester's internationally renowned expertise in an array of basic and applied disciplines to really drive innovation in the understanding and the detection and the treatment of inflammation and immune system-mediated diseases that, as we've already heard, underpin many of the world's health problems today. And so that solution requires coordinated input from immunology experts, from biomedical engineering, from the socio-economic sciences, researchers that are studying the life course, and clinicians. And it requires a university-wide effort. And so the Institute will perform both fundamental and translational exploratory science that will apply the latest technologies, working collaboratively and creatively to take a holistic approach that considers all aspects of the patient's condition, their comorbidities, their medication, their lifestyle, as they strive towards developing new treatments. And the need for such an approach is really gaining traction and is being discussed in a wide range of circles. Just this week it was featured in an edition of the Radio 4 programme, The Anatomy of Loneliness, and they were presenting their results on their loneliness experiment, which had over 50,000 participants, noting that the people who feel lonely more often also report greater ill health. And they brought in Professor Cole from UCLA, and he was drawing parallels with his own research where he has shown that a wide variety of adverse life circumstances, including loneliness, has effects on DNA profiles, including effects on genes involved in inflammation and antiviral defences, showing that genes involved in inflammation are upregulated, whereas there's downregulation of those in relation to antiviral defences. And he was suggesting that these data underpin the epidemiological patterns that are observed in lonely people and people with adverse life circumstances. And perhaps that was what contributed to making them more vulnerable to developing a range of diseases, including neurodegenerative disease, atherosclerosis, related heart attacks, metastatic cancer, the big things that really shape mortality rates and are all exacerbated by inflammation. But the Institute also intends to become a citadel for immunology training, starting early with our undergraduate and master's students by providing an innovative and practical curriculum, but also by supporting and nurturing early career fellows, all with the overarching aim of inspiring a love of the subject and ensuring the next generation of immunologists are of the right calibre to tackle the emerging concepts and new areas of research for Manchester in the field of inflammation, including neuroimmunology, cardiovascular disease, obesity and cancer immunology. And as I've already intimated, the potential rewards are massive, not least the prospect of a Nobel Prize, as just this month James Allison and Kazuzo Honjo were awarded this year's Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for their discovery of cancer therapy by inhibition of negative immune regulation. But even more importantly, the fact that activity and regulation of the immune system underpins so many diseases means that the Institute's research has potential to deliver real-world benefits for patients across the globe. So given the Institute's vision and its ambition, it's no wonder that it's already catching the attention of the immunology community and resulting in a feature-length article in a recent edition of the British Society for Immunology's newsletter. And I'm sure that this is just the start of much interest from the scientific press and the wider media. So it's a real pleasure and a privilege to be here at the launch, at the start of the university's newest institute and the start of a particularly exciting time for immunology in Manchester. And on behalf of UMRI, I wish you all luck, and I look forward to being at future events to celebrate in all your successes. Thank you.